Well, welcome back. And in this story titled Nyaya Palanam, Nyaya. Nyaya means justice. Palanam. Palanam means uh, to manage or to conduct. Nyaya Palanam means to manage the justice or to conduct in a justified way. That is Nyaya Palanam. पूर्वतनकाले कश्चित् यवनराजः आसीत्. So that Yavana Deshaha, it is a foreign country compared to India. So some Kaschit, some Yavana Rajaha Asit. Purvatana means in earlier days. Saha Nyayena Rajapalanam Rajyapalanam Karoti Sma. So he was ruling the country in a very justice way. Prajaha sarvaha api putravattu pritya pashyati sma saha. So he looked at all the citizens. Prajaha sarvaha api means all the citizens. Putravat, like his own son. Pritya pashyati sma saha. So he looked at all. Means pashyati means to look at. Here the meaning is he treated the entire citizen as his sons. Kasyapi anyayam na ichchati sma saha. Kasyapi, of any type, anyayam, injustice or immoral, unlawful, any type of injustice or unlawful activity, na ichchati sma, he didn't like. एकस्मिन् दिने कश्चित् हस्ते स्यूतं गृहीत्वा महाराजस्य आस्थानम् आगत्य सभायां कोणे स्थितवान्. एकस्मिन् दिने, on one day, कश्चित्, somebody, हस्ते स्यूतं गृहीत्वा. स्यूतः means a bag. So having a bag, महाराजस्य आस्थानम् आगत्य, having come to the assembly of the king, Sabhayam kone sthitavan. He stood at one corner of that assembly. Tam drishtva prishtavan raja. And looking at him, the king asked, Aye agantuka. Agantukaha means one who has arrived. He is called agantukaha. Here sambodhana. Are, aye, both are same. Are, aye, boho. All these are sambodhana. Agantuka, oh you comer, bhavantam pashyamaha chet kimapi vaktum ichchativa bhati. Bhavantam pashyamaha chet. If I look at you, kimapi vaktum ichchativa bhati. I feel you want to say something. Kaha vishyaha vadatu tavat iti. What is the matter? You just say. Like that the king told. Tada saha agantukaha uktavan. Then that person who came with the bag told, Prabha, aham kaschit vanik. Oh my lord, I am some merchant. Kenachit adhikarina yeva aham vanchitaha asmi iti. I am cheated by some officer. Bhittihimastu, don't fear. Sadhairyam vadatu. You say courageously. Saha kaha adhikari iti uktavan raja. Who is that officer? You tell without any fear. Like that the king asked. Tada vanik uktavan. Then that merchant told. Sarvada aham vanijya nimittam prayanam kurvan bhavami. Sarvada means all the time. Vanijya nimittam, for the sake of business, prayanam kuruvan bhavami aham. So I used to be always on travel because of business matter. Evameva kadachit prayana samaye nyaya rupena dvisahasram, nyasa. Nyasa rupena dvisahasram swarna nanakani Mukhya Dharma Guru Samipe Dattavan Asam. It's a big sentence. Evameva, like this, because on the job of business, I used to go quite frequently outside, that is traveling. Evameva. So like this, when I was traveling once, kadachit, prayana samaye, at the time of when I went to once for some job, that is on travel. Prayanam means travel. Nyasa rupena. Nyasam means as security. Like we are keeping something in bank locker. So we feel whatever we kept in bank locker is safe. So Nyasa Rupa, earlier days that bank was not there. So people used to give some of their valuable article to some well-known person. They are all mentioned in Arthashastra also. Kautilya's Arthashastra, it is telling about how the Nyasa Rupena Dattam Vastu, whatever it may be, how they are to be handled and all. So Dvisahasram Swarna Nanakani, 2000 gold coins, Mukhya Dharma Guruhu Samipe. So Dharma Guruhu means some officer who is in the Department of Justice, like that. Dattavan Asam. So I gave 200 gold coins to one of the higher officer. प्रत्यागत्य पश्यामि चेत् मया न्यासरूपेण दत्ते स्यूते सुवर्णनाणकानि न आसन् अपितु ताम्रनाणकानि आसन् इति. Pratyagatiya means having returned from my travel, on that business travel. Pashyami chet, if I look at Maya Nyasarupena Datte Syute, in the bag which was given as security, which was given to be secured, okay? Because we use security as some other meaning. The bag which was given to be secured, when I came and see that, Swarnananakani na asan, the gold coins were not there. Apitu, on the other hand, Tamrananakani asan. So some brass coins were there. Tada Raja Prishtavan. Then the king asked, Bhavane Dharmagurohu Hastataha Yada Dhanasyutam Pratisvikirtavan Tada Syutam Udghatya Nadrishtavan Va iti. So the king asked, Bhavan Dharmagurohu Hastataha, from the hands of that officer, Yada Dhanasyutam Pratisvikirtavan, when you took back your bag, Tada, at that time, Syutam Udghatya Na Drishtavan Va. Have you not seen by opening the bag? Na. No. Dharma Gurau Mama Sandehaha Na Utpanna. Dharma Gurau, in that officer, Mama Sandehaha Na Utpanna. Utpannaha. I didn't get any doubt on that officer. Yataha Maya Sthapita Mudra Yathapurvam Asit. Because mudra here means seal. So you are giving a sealed package to be secured, like that. So Maya Sthapita Mudra, the seal which was placed by me, Athapurvam Asit, it was as before. Ataha aham udghatya na drishtavan iti bhuktavan vanik. So the merchant said that I didn't open because the seal was intact. Maharajaha kinchit kalam chintayitva bhuktavan. So the king thought for some time and told, Bhavatu idanim etam syutam atraiva sthapayitva gacchatu. Okay, you just place the bag here and go. Aham yada ahvayami tada agacchatu. When I call you, you come. Bhavata yadi satyameva bhuktam syat tarihi bhavane nischayena nyayam prapnoti. Bhavata, by you, yadi, if. So the king is telling, if by you truth is only told, then surely you will get nyayam, justice. Kintu bhavata bhuktam yadi asatyam. If what is told by you is untrue, tarhi, then bhavataha dandanam nishchitam. Then your punishment is fixed, sure. Rajasabhayaha karyakramaha samaptaha. And the work in the office assembly, it concluded. Maharajaha Uttaya Swabhavanam Gatavan. And the king, he got up and went to his chamber. Yadi Vanik Samyak Mudram Sthapitavan Syat, Tarhi Syute Katham Swarnanakanam Sthane Tamrananakani Bhavitum Sakyante iti Vanijaha Vyavaharasya Vishe Yeva Chintayan Asti Raja. So it is quite natural when we are in office and we are facing some problem. When we go home, we think about that problem. So the king was thinking, Yadi Vanik Samyak Mudram Sthapitavan Syat. Had the merchant placed the seal very compactly, Tarhi then Syute Katham Swarnananakam Sthane Swarnanakanam Sthane Tamrananakani Bhavitum Shakyante. Then how it is possible in place of gold coin, the brass coins to be there? Like that he was thinking. Sudirghachintanasya anantaram rajnyaha manasi kaschana upayaha spuritaha. So after thinking for a long time, the king, in the mind of the king, some idea came. Manasi, rajnyaha manasi, in the mind of the king. Kaschana upayaha spuritaha, some idea flashed. Raja jhatiti sabhastanam gatavan. So the king immediately went to the assembly house. Simhasanasya upari purataha cha sthapitam ratnakambalam nakhaihi chitva swabhavanam gatavan. Simhasanasya upari. So we can see in the picture, on the Simhasanam is that throne. On the throne, Purataha cha, and on top of that and in front of that, Sthapitam Ratna Kampalam. Ratna Kambalam means that carpet like that what is placed on that throne. Nakhaihi chitva, by tearing it using his nails, Swabhavanam Gatavan. He went back to his room or chamber. Anantara dine Ushasi eva Raja Mrigayartham Prasadataha Nirgatava. Anantara dine, on the next day, Ushasi eva means in the dawn, in the early morning itself, Raja Mrigayartham Prasadataha Nirgatava. Prasada means palace. So from the palace, he went out for hunting. Mrigayartham means hunting. Prataha Swachhatartham Sabha Bhavanam Agataha Sevakaha Chinnam Ratnakambalam Drishtuva Nitaram Bhitaha. Prataha means early morning, like in our office, early morning, all that attendants, they come clean the chamber of all the officers. So, Swachhatha Artham, Swachhathartham. For the purpose of cleaning, Sabha Bhavanam Agataha Sevakaha. The servant who came to that assembly house, Chinnam Ratnakambalam Drishtuva Nitaram Bhitaha. He got so much feared by looking at that towel or something blanket like, which was torn. Saha Dhavan Gatva Mukhya Vyavasthapakam Aniya Sarvam Pradarshitavan. Saha Kaha, the Sevakaha, Dhavan Gatva means running, having gone by running. Mukhya Vyavasthapakam means that supervisor like that. Aniya, having brought, Sarvam Pradarshitavan. So naturally, when you see something improper, so you go to the people concerned, report that, and you take that sakshi, that witness also. Tada saha mukhya vyavasthapakaha uttavan. Then that manager or supervisor like that, he told, na jane kena evam kritham iti. I don't know by whom it is done. Astu tavat. Okay, let it be. Nagare Mohammadaha nama kaschana chaturaha sauchikaha asti. Nagare means in the city, Mohammadaha, so Muhammad. Most of the foreign names, they are said in Sanskrit, in a Sanskrit style. Instead of telling Muhammad, Muhammadaha, like that it is said. So Muhammad Nama, in the name of Muhammad, Kaschana Chaturaha Sauchikaha Asti, some clever tailor is there. Tamatra Anayato. So you bring him. Vastrachedaha Kinchidabi Yathana Drishyeta Tatha Sivyati Saha Iti. So he shall stitch this blanket in such a way that nobody can notice that it was torn like that. Sevakaha Muhammadasya Samipam Gatva Pravrittam Samagram Nivedya. And that servant having gone to Muhammad and explaining everything, Vastrachedaha Sarvatha Yatha Na Drishyeta Tatha Sivyatu Kripaya. So you stitch as if the torn out parts are not at all noticeable. Chedam Yadi Raja. If the king Janiyat, if the king comes to know the torn part of that cloth, Tarhi Mama Shiraschedam Karayet iti Uktavan. Then the king may cut my head. Shiraschedam means to cut the head. That is to give death punishment. Bha bhitihi mastu bhavataha. Okay, man, don't worry. Rajata nanakadvayam dadatu. You give 2 silver coin. Rajata means silver. So that is the fees to stitch. 2 silver coin you give. Ratnakambalam yatha purvam yatha drishyeta. Sivanam kritam iti yatha na drishyeta. Tatha naipunyena sivanam karishyami. Iti buktavan sauchikaha Muhammadaha. So he is telling very nicely. Ratnakambalam yatha purvam yatha drishyeta. To make this blanket to look as it was before. Sivanam kritam iti yatha na drishyeta. Stitching was done like that as it is not seen or shown. Tatha, like that. Naipunyena, in a very skillful way. Sivanam karishyami, I will stitch. Like that he told. Sevakaha rajata nanakadvayam, not rajata. Rajata nanakadvayam sauchikaya dattavan. So the servant gave 2 silver coin to the tailor. Anantaram tau raja prasadam gatavantau. Then both of them, they went to the king's palace. Sauchikaha sivana kushalaha asit ityataha saha tatha sivanam kritavan yat parikshya drishtam chedabi sivana chinnam kutrapina drishyate sma. So, Sauchikaha sivana kushalaha asit ityataha. Ityataha means because of that. Iti ataha ityataha. Because the tailor Sivana Kushalaha, expert in stitching, Saha Tatha Sivanam Kritavan, Kaha Sauchikaha Tatha Sivanam Kritavan. He did the stitching in such a way that Pariksha Drishtam Chedabi, even if it is checked and looked into, Sivana Chinnam. Chinnam means the mark. Sivana Chinnam means the mark of stitching. Kutrapi na drishyate sma. Nowhere it was seen. Yetat drishtuva saha sevakaha triptiya nishvasittavan. Having seen that, that servant, happily he sighed a breath of relief. Nishvasitavan means to breathe out. Whenever we are in trouble and we just got saved or escaped from such trouble, then naturally we give a long breath out. That is called Nishvasitavan. That is, he did like that. That is called Nishvasanam. Suryasta Samaya. At the time of sunset, Raja Mrigayam Samapya Prasadam Pratyagatavan. So the king made the idea. So he got the idea that because the seal was improper in the package given by that merchant to that higher officer, The king thought that somebody might have opened the package and stitched the package without disturbing the sealed part. So the king want to confirm that. So he made a tear. He torn the cloth which is placed on the throne, and now we can see somebody, some tailor, he stitched it very nicely. So the king wanted to give some time. So in the early morning, he went for hunting, and in the evening, when the sun is setting, he came. So this much is the story so far. Suryasta samaye raja mrigayam samapya prasadam pratyagatavan. So in the evening, sunset time, the king came after completing the hunting activity. Ashvat avatirya saha sakshat sabha bhavanam pravishtavan. So having got down from the horse, he directly went to the assembly house. Simhasanastham ratnakambalam parikshitavan saha. And he checked that silky cover which was placed on that throne. Tacha yathapurvam drishyate sma. And it was looking as before, without any wear and tear or without any sign of stitching. Saha swachhata kartaram sevakam ahuya prishtavan. So he called that cleaning boy or the cleaning servant and asked, Etat kambalam tatra tatra chinnam asit khalu iti. This blanket or this cover was, it was torn here and there, Tatra tatra means here and there it was chinnam. It was torn, like that. Sevakaha bhitya kampamanaha. Then that servant, shivering out of fear, Prabho, oh my lord, kambalam kutrapi chinnam na asit iti bhuktavan. So he lied that there was no any this torn out in that cover or something. Aye, asatyam vadati va bhavan. Hey you, are you telling lie? Hyaha maya eva swayam kambalam chinnam asit. Yesterday by me only it was torn out. Satyam vadatu etat sivitavan sauchikaha kaha. Iti kopena prishtavan raja. So you tell me the truth. Who stitched this? Who is that tailor? Like that angrily he asked. Sevakaha bhitya kampamanaha Muhammadaha nama sauchikaha sivanam kritavan iti vadan pravrittam samagram niveditavan. So he told, oh my lord, this is done by Muhammad, like that, a tailor, and whatever happened he told. So he went to that Prabandakaha, Mukhya Prabandaka, the chief manager who was doing all these arrangements. Okay. So Raja Tatkshane eva Bhatatvara Sauchikam Muhammadam Anayitavan. So the king immediately, Tatkshane eva means immediately, on the very next moment, Bhatatvara, through some god or soldier, Sauchikam Muhammadam Anayitavan. He brought that Muhammad, the tailor. Vanijaha Vyavaharasya Sambandhinam Syutam Pradarshayane Prishtavan Saha. And he showed the bag given by that merchant and asked, Etam syutam itah purvam drishtavan va bhavane iti. Have you seen this bag earlier to this? Like that he asked. Sauchikaha Muhammadaha syutam sammak parikshya. And he looked at that bag very in parikshya means checking it. Yeshaha syutaha maya itah purvam drishtaha eva. This bag was seen by me earlier. Pradhanaha dharmaguruhu samikaranartham yetam syutam matsamipam anitavan asit. So Pradhanaha dharmaguruhu. Dharmaguru is a type of priest, we can say. Guru means teacher. Dharma means to be on right conduct. So one who is to enforce the right conduct. He is Dharma Guruhu. And he is Pradhanaha also. He is the chief. It is like Chief Justice. If the Chief Justice himself is doing wrong thing, then who can punish him? So, Pradhanaha Dharma Guruhu Samikaranartham. Samikaranam means to make it all right. When something is not all right, it is like repairing. Yatam Syutam Matsamipam Anitavan Asin. He brought this back to me to make it okay. Yatra mudraya कीलितं तत्रैव सीवनं कृतं मया इति उक्तवान्. Mudraya कीलितं. कीलितं means locked or sealed. Where it is sealed by some marking, that mudra. Like nowadays in government transaction, we use that brass arak seal. So that arak will be burnt, and on that the government seal will be placed, so that nobody can open it unless the authorized person is allowed to open. Yatra mudraya कीलितं tatraiva सीवनं कृतं maya. By me the stitching was done where the seal was kept. Raja Sauchikam Preshayitva Bhatatvara Dharmagurum Anayitavan. And the king sent that tailor and brought that Dharmaguru. Vanija Kritam Aropam Nivedya. And informing. See, normally when we want to punish, even today we are following that. Whenever accused is to be punished, first the accused is to be explained about what is the allegation or what are all the charges on him. So, Vanija Kritam Aropam Nivedya. What that Vanija told? The Vanik told that when I gave this package in a sealed condition to be secured, 2000 gold coins were there. But when I took back, because the seal was intact, I didn't open and see. But when I open and see, there were only 2000 brass coins. So informing that aropam means allegation. Dharma Guru sanne vanchanam kurvataha bhavataha lajjana bhavativa. Don't you feel shamed to do this type of cheating, being that justice धर्मस्य उपदेशकः एव वञ्चनां कर्तुम् उद्युक्तः भवति चेत् लोकस्य का वा गतिः? If the justice, the person who is supposed to deliver the justice, he himself does such type of act, then what is the condition of this world? एतादृशेन कृत्येन न केवलं भवतः अपितु ममापि अवमाननम्. By this type of act, it is not only insult to you, but it is insult to the whole kingdom, for me also. Mama dhavalam kirtim malini kritavan bhavane iti bhuktavan. You just spoiled all my name and fame. Malini means to make it dirty, like a black mark we say nowadays. Tada dharma guruhu shaktrupakshiyaha kopi. So like nowadays, whenever we make allegation on the leader, so what they say, some foreign forces has created this. Shatrupakshya bhavantam mithya vartam niveditavan syat. So somebody who is enemy to me, they might have given some false information. Mithya varta, false information. Maya kopi kadapina vanjitaha iti sadhairyam muktavan. And he told with courage, never I cheated anybody, nobody is cheated by me, like that. Aye dhurta, you arrogant man, vanjanam kritva nirlajjam asatyam api vadati bhavan. Having cheated, you are lying also without any shame on you. Sarvam parishilya bhavane vanchitavan iti nirniya eva aham bhavantam atra anayitavan. Having checked, parishilya means having gone through all the evidences. That is the meaning. You only cheated like that, iti nirniya, like that concluding or deciding. Aham bhavantam atra anayitavan. I brought you here. Yatam syutam pashyatu. You look at this bag. Yatasya syutasya sivanam kritavan sauchikaha Muhammadaha atra sakshi. So the tailor Muhammad who stitched this bag is the witness. Iti vadanne dharmagurohu purataha syutam kshiptava. So he threw that bag on the face of that dharma. We can see in the picture. We saw somewhere. Okay, here the picture is there. So he threw the bag on that some officer, Dharma Guru. Dharma Guru is that law officer. Like we say, enforcement officer. Nowadays, in every department, like sanitary department, enforcement officer is there. Tax department, EPF department, law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer are supposed to enforce the law whenever somebody is deviating or violating. Okay. स्यूतस्य दर्शनात् मोहम्मदस्य नाम्नः श्रवणात् च धर्मगुरोः मुखं विवर्णं जातम्. So स्यूतस्य दर्शनात्, by looking at the bag, and Muhammadasya namnah shravanat, and by listening the name of Muhammad, Dharmaguroh mukham vivarnam jatam. Vivarnam means unable to express, like that. The face became pale without any varnam. Normally, everybody's face is having some shine when you are in a normal mood, when you are normal, when you are not guilty, when you have not done anything adharma, your face is having some shine. That is called the varnam. Vivarnam jatam means that shine goes away when you do something wrong. Saha aparadham angikritya kshamam prarthitavan. Kaha dharmaguru. So the dharmaguru accepted his crime and asked for pardon. Raja dharmaguru bandhanartham bhatan adishtavan. Evam dharmaguru bandhi jataha. And the king ordered to arrest him, and like this the enforcement officer is arrested. Bandhi jataha means he became arrested. Anantara dine Raja Vanijam anaya. And on the next day the king called the merchant. उच्चस्थाने स्थितं महावंचकं भवान् सूचितवान् इत्यतः एतत् उपायनं स्वीकरोतु कृपया इति उक्त्वा 3,000 स्वर्णनाणकानि दत्तवान्. So because you brought to my notice about the officer who is holding the highest post, because of that, etat upayanam swikarotu. So you take this reward, like that. He gave 3,000 swarna nanakani. He gave 3,000 gold coins to him. Well, it's a nice story. So many words to learn from this story. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will come up with some other new story. Take care. Bye-bye.